right, welcome to Overbooked and Underqualified. My name's Sam.
My name's Liv. I'm crashing out today.
We missed a wonderful opportunity for a short because the camera didn't turn on, but here we are.
I tried to throw something and the whole camera went
Yep.
that way.
Yes, it did. And
It's
that's okay.
It's just been a day. It's just been a week.
It is.
It's fine. We match. Everything's good.
Yeah, we're looking good. This book,
Yes.
we're going over The Wolf King.
Do we have any intro notes?
I don't think so. I haven't read anything outside of this because I cannot for the life of me get into a singular audiobook right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have time to read a physical book outside of what we're reading for the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It just has not been doing it for me. Let me tell you what.
Yeah.
I started The Daughter of the Moon Goddess, and I've had it on Libby for like 4 or 5 days, and I've listened to maybe an hour.
I have a couple intro notes. Nothing crazy. I
Okay,
did
let's hear
finish
it.
book 4 of the Savage Land series, even though I said I
Okay.
was going to be done. I still think I'm going to be done.
Mm-hmm.
I could read the 5th one, but I'd have to buy it, and I'm not, crazy about having to buy it.
Fair.
Photo Finish by Elsie Silver has been the worst book of all time. It's taken everything in me not to DNF it. The plot sucks, the character sucks, which sucks because I normally love Elsie Silver's
You
series.
do.
And I was telling her this earlier, but I really liked her later series. I think this was her first series that she wrote, and it's just
Not it.
it's so bad. I have never did this face.
To one of her books, and you're living in that state right
And,
now?
This is all you need to know. One of the sex scenes, he refers to her as a little girl.
Oh!
Or not her, but she's super, super small. And it immediately was no. What the fuck are we doing?
There's so many comparisons we can make. A child is not one of them.
Yeah, and it was just, the context wasn't, it was just bad. It's just bad. I'm still trying to push through it because my OCD can't handle ending books, but it's bad. So just don't read it. Anyway. Now,
I did finish that book, The House Across the Lake that I was telling you about,
Yeah.
and I thought that I had it down. Did not.
it was wild.
Yes. I
In a
don't know if
good
I
way?
liked it,
Oh.
but it was very unpredictable.
Unpredictable like The God of the Woods, or there was an option, where you didn't like
Yeah.
that part of things?
This was... It wasn't an option, but it didn't feel like they were misleading me. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
There was a reason to be suspicious of the person who they thought was doing it,
Mm.
but it was not that person, and it turned into something else, but he was still involved.
Oh. Okay.
So we were going down the right road, but it just had more branches.
Mm.
It was
Interesting.
crazy. I don't know if I'd recommend.
Okay.
If you want a quick, easy read, sure. If you want
I
to
guess
listen.
I'm still not sure about that genre for me.
Which is fair. It's a tricky one. You have to find books that are really, really good. It's like horror movies.
I love that word, tricky. It's tricky. It's tricky.
It's like one of those things where horror movies are either really good or really bad. I feel like there's no in between,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like that's how thrillers are.
Mm-hmm. The Wolf King.
Are we jumping in? That's the end of the starting
You
notes.
guys, let's talk about how I feel like we're on maybe the outs on being misled by book talk this
Mhm.
year, or just not
I would
having good
agree.
luck with books this year. But I recently, do you know Mariana? She's a huge book girl.
I've probably seen her and just not noticed.
Yes,
the
because I
name.
think I've sent you some of her stuff.
Mhm.
But she's huge into Throne of Glass, whatever. I really like her stuff, and she recently made a post. I think I was looking at it yesterday, and she's like, what the F is going on this year?
Okay.
With book talk. And I felt so validated. So
Yes.
I really want to make this into a short to see what everyone else thinks.
Yes. We
Is
we
it
want your
us?
opinions, because I saw a TikTok the other day where this girl was reading Two Twisted Crowns, the second one in One Dark Window, and she's crying and talking about how emotionally connected she is to the beast,
Oh, yeah.
or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And she's like, I can't believe I never get to read this book for the first time again.
Yeah.
Me, I'm like,
And
I'm upset that I did read it for the first time.
The thing is, I don't want to come in here and bash books.
No.
I actually hate doing that.
Same.
And I feel like this year, we've been just trashing books on here. And not really. Like, if we have a problem with characters and plot, and, like,
yes.
I want to bring that up, I want to talk about it. But I also am like, we're normally pretty easygoing, light readers. Like, I'm willing to overlook a lot of things.
100%.
If the correct tropes and things are there, or if I'm liking the character and the plot, or something, you know? Like, it doesn't have to be a perfect read.
Yes.
And I feel like that's what this book was.
Yes.
Is it wasn't perfect, but it was good.
I read this book, and have you seen the meme where, like, the lady's standing there, and then she, like, goes up in the air and bursts into light? That's how I fucking felt. I felt like I finally read a book this year where I was like, this was good. It wasn't the best book I've ever read. I feel like I called some things, whatever, but the writing was good. I really liked the characters. I'm loving this. I'm, like, so confused on who she's going to end up with, and I'm, like, into it.
It's a good love triangle, I feel
because
like.
I think I'd be happy with either.
Yes. But, I mean, I felt like that with Lightlark stuff, but then, I don't know, I feel like this is different.
This is different.
And I don't know what it is.
We'll discuss. But I'm feeling solid.
And this book was just fun.
It was
just refreshing and fun. I feel like the only two that really stood out to me, I genuinely didn't mind Brimstone. I liked Alchemized a lot.
Yes, it was just heavy.
But that was a heavy read.
Yeah.
The
last letter.
I liked The Poison Daughter a lot. The last letter was just fine for me. I don't want to bawl my fucking eyes out like that.
Which is fair.
Like, that was not a fun read.
No, it was like Alchemized, kind of. Like, it was good, but now I'm depressed.
Yeah. So I'm like, this is finally book talk has maybe not let us down. We'll see how the rest of the series is. I think that our standards are at the floor right now.
I would agree, because I would say, again, this book was good, but it's not, like, mind-blowing fantasy.
Okay, so we're gonna jump in. Here's the synopsis, if you haven't read, but if you're at this point, you probably have read. So we have Aurora. She's the princess of the Southlands.
Also love that they call her Rory for the nickname.
Yeah, I like that too.
Super
I just
cute.
love that name in general.
I do too, and I really like, this is the first time I've ever read a book where none of the names pissed me off. Does that make sense?
That's fair.
I felt like they were all, like, not super plain, but well enough.
I wasn't crazy about Blake.
I feel like for Wolf, it could have Blake. Wasn't crazy or like Ryan.
But I also didn't look too far into it. Yeah, like it was just kind of weird. Like, we have Aurora and Callum, and then
Blake. Hey, Blake.
I don't know. Anyways, so she's got red hair, which is so funny because you were saying at volleyball the other day, I don't think we've read a book where the main FMC. Yes, the FMC has red hair. Bryce.
I was just thinking that when I said Bryce. Yeah. Yeah. No, you're correct.
So we have. Because I was literally like, I think we have.
Yeah.
Anyways,
you're right.
It's kind of got these Scottish vibes.
Which loved the Scottish vibes. They're wearing kilts. The wolves are wearing kilts, which I'm into.
I was super into that, and honestly I loved that. That was another plus of this book, is the vibes were awesome. The scene setting was very good, like the world building, and just something different.
And it wasn't like we were drinking out of a fire hose for world building either.
Yeah,
felt like it was a slow uptick while they were also doing storyline.
Yeah. So anyway, she's the princess. She kind of is just very sheltered, very repressed. So they're kind of, she's born into this world where they're against the wolves. Like, whatever. They're at war, basically.
I know you haven't seen it before, but it's giving Game of Thrones, where there's a kingdom with walls around it, and they're fighting things outside of it. So, wolves are on the outside, but then her betrothed basically has fighting pits for these wolves that they capture.
So Q Sebastian, he's like the evil antagonist.
Yes.
And he's just threatening her, and they're betrothed, and they're, like, supposed to get married the next day.
Yeah.
And the scene is they're all sitting there, her dad's there, the king, and they're watching these wolves fight each other. Like, basically
to the death.
Yeah, to the death.
Yeah.
And they're just supposed to be entertained. She's sickened by it.
Yeah, not into it.
And then an alpha comes in against like this younger, obviously young wolf. And right as the alpha's about to kill the young wolf, she like puts an end to it and stands up and makes this big scene about how she and basically saves his life, but she pays for it because Sebastian's like, I'm gonna like fuck you like a wolf, and like it was gross.
Disgusting.
Yeah. And she is a virgin, so she's like, oh my god, like...
Is that how it happened?
Yeah, like, I don't know what to do, that's scary, I don't want to be here, so she feels all tripped.
And this is blasphemy coming out of my mouth. I think this is the first time the virgin trope has been done well for me.
Yeah, I agree. Because she wasn't an idiot about it. Like, yeah, she was definitely...
unexperienced. Yeah.
But she didn't act like it.
She wasn't like, whatever you want, sir.
Or like, where does that go?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's huge.
Which it
How
was.
is that gonna fit? I don't know. I liked her character, and so it was fine.
I agree.
Anyways, so then she goes down to these kennels, which horrible that they're called kennels, where all these people are killed because she's like, I need to check on the wolf, and brought all these supplies. She acts as like a whore to get down there.
Yep.
And the elf is there, and he's like, oh, taunting her. And I was like,
I was so good.
And this was like chapter 2. Like,
they were cutting to the chase.
I loved the pace of this book.
Yes.
Like, it was enough where plot was happening, but there was also enough downtime.
And enough time to digest. Like, we talked about this in One Dark Window. The love story was like, happened in 3 days. Where this was like, we had like a couple weeks and months to digest and like get to know each other, where it felt good, but it was still fast paced.
Yes. So then he's like, she's trying to fix. She realizes that he's good, and he's trying to help his friend. And he realizes part of his pack. Yes, and there's a bunch of wolves down there, and she realizes that a lot of them are wearing different kilt colors. And the guy, the young boy, and him are wearing the same kilt color. Yeah. So he's Callum, who we don't know his name yet, but Callum is Orion's alpha. Yeah. And then she's getting kind of harassed by Magnus. That's what we find out his name. He's just really gross. He's disgusting. While they're down there, he's like fucking some chick. Yeah. And being super disgusting about it, and just totally harassing her. And like the other alpha's like super protective of her. She's like having a little panicky moment, and he's all like, breathe. And I was like, yes, this is it. This book had so many of the tropes that I just did, and it was so. And then, of course, the perfect. They're talking about Sebastian and how they're betrothed, and he goes, he won't touch you. And I was like, ugh. And it's right. So then he breaks them out. He basically kidnaps her, but she kind of basically goes willing. She's like, oh, I'm gonna spy. I'm like, no, you're not. Yeah, she's gonna spy for her dad. She doesn't fucking spy. No, because, I mean, come on. When he threw her over his shoulder and like protected her from the other wolf clan, that was like, yes, basically in there to sexually assault her. Yeah, I was like, yes, I want more kidnapping books, like bad, like really bad, especially like this. He literally threw her over his shoulder, and I was like, oh, and she's in this little night dress, and she's like, don't take me, pounding against his shoulder, and he's not even like, and you're like, okay. It's so good. It was so good. It felt so good. And he like opens her wardrobe to get her a cloak and everything, because he's like, you're gonna need to be warm, and he's like, already taking care of her. And then there's a wolf pelt in there. Yes. And I actually love that part, because it just showed like how much she was like just disgusted by how the humans have been treating them. Because she didn't want to be taken, but she also, when she saw the wolf pelt, was like, I don't want him to think I brought that. That was already here. Yeah. So then they're racing out of the castle, whatever. She's like running. He kidnaps her out of political leverage, but he really just likes her. Yeah. It's obvious. So he takes her to trade her for the Moonstone, which Sebastian has. Oh yes, the Moonstone. Yes, and the Moonstone basically gives werewolves the heart of the moon. The heart of the moon, yes.
gives them the power to change whenever they want rather than just on a full moon.
Yeah, because right now they can only shift into the wolf form during that. So I thought that was cool. Another thing that I liked about this book is all the lore. Like how the moon goddess got locked away by the, what is it, the Night Prince?
Yes.
Or something?
Which I feel like is kind of playing into the characters that are in the book as well. Which is like, oh, it's so good.
I love it's like folklore.
It
was
is.
just really good.
And I feel like
but that wasn't overdone either.
No. And when they're talking about the Heart of the Moon, I love when they make a relic that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And it just is so good.
It does make sense because they're trying to get this. It's really important to them. And the humans don't know why it's important for them, from what I gather. But they would be able to basically win the war if they could shift.
Because they can shift whenever they want. So then they're in huge wolf forms. Of course they could win the war.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's good. And then they're traveling, and he's all protective of her at these camps. And they leave early, just the two of them. And then, of course, they snuggle for body heat purposes. Love that, too. I was like, yes, this is me.
Yeah.
More!
And when they wake up, she's like, get off me, you big oaf. And I was like, you like it, you little liar.
I know.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good. It was so good. I eat this up. I read this book in, 2 days?
You crushed this one.
I just could not stop because it was just so stupid and good.
This was the first time I felt like I devoured a book because I wanted to and not because I had to.
For the people.
For the people.
Things we do for the viewers.
For you, Cassie.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm excited to see what she thinks of this book.
I know. But we just kind of find out, too, that Aurora is kind of discovering herself along this, too, and how she has, like, a wild and angry soul.
Yes.
And she's always wanted to connect with nature and run away and not have all of these restrictions that being a princess requires. Mm-hmm. And I was immediately on the, like, okay... Mm-hmm. Why do you feel this way, girlfriend?
Yeah, well, they made a big deal about that.
They did.
I think that's a good point to bring up because another pro of this book is the character development.
Yes.
I feel like a lot of sides.
I agree. I think Callum changes a lot. I think Aurora does. Blake...
He's still kind of a wild card.
He's a very large mystery. At the end, also, I feel like the twist... It wasn't necessarily a twist, but the plotting was so good.
I thought that I had the ending in the bag, and I didn't at all.
I felt like I thought the ending was going to go where it did, but I didn't think of, like, the other parts of it.
Yeah. So anyways, they're just really getting to know each other. Mm-hmm. She gets to this camp or whatever, and he's, like, talking about this mystery wolf king. Like, you have to meet this wolf king. Basically, the wolf king gathered all these warring wolf clans and was like, we need to unite against the humans. And we find out his name is James.
Yes.
But they get there, and he's not there. Mm-hmm. And they have this asshole that's, like, covering for him. And this is where we get introduced to Blake.
Yes.
And he's kind of, like, it's obvious that he knows who she is. And they're trying to keep that a secret in order to protect her. Because they hate humans.
Yes. With, like, especially the princess of the king who's slaughtering wolves. Probably not going to go over well.
Yeah.
And when we're kind of getting introduced to all of these alphas, they're all wearing different kilts, obviously, but Blake is in breeches.
Oh, I know. And
wearing all black, where the others are wearing colors.
Yeah. Which I'm like, okay.
I know.
So basic.
It literally is. It's the shadow. The shadow daddy has arrived.
Yeah.
And we also find out that he was in the Sutherlands in the army. And that he lived there for a while.
And so that's how they kind of assume that he knows her.
And she also talked about recognizing him when she first sees him. Yes. But we never got to where she knows him from.
This was like the cloaked man all over again.
It is.
The brimstone cloaked man. I was waiting.
I think we're going to find out more stuff.
And who else? There was somebody else, too. I thought that she was like, oh, he looks familiar, but maybe not.
I thought it was just Blake, but you might be right.
No, I think I'm imagining it.
Okay.
But yeah, I was like, okay.
I
what
was
the
like,
heck is going on here? And I knew going into it that there was some sort of a love triangle.
When you sent me the fan art, I put 2 and 2 together immediately.
But I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I was very into it.
Here's you know what I liked about this love triangle?
Mm-hmm.
Is in this first book, she has really no interest in him.
It's not like she said that he was, you know, gorgeous.
Yeah.
But there was, like, no underline. Like, she hates him.
Like, she's really invested in Cal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no, like...
hemming and hawing.
No, there's no wandering thoughts, but you can tell that, like, Blake has a thing for her.
100%.
And so I think that's why I liked it, too, because it feels like her character is genuine. That she's not just, like, swayed by anyone.
I immediately
liked that.
thought of Akatar. This felt very Akatar-esque for me.
Okay.
Not in a bad way, because, like, there's only so many ways you can do this trope.
Yeah.
And I love Akatar, so I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
But it felt very Akatar-esque. Oh, he's the villain, he's the villain, he's the villain.
Mm-hmm.
And then, closer to the end of the book, Callum tries to, like, smuggle her away. And it just, like, felt very along the same lines for me.
That's true.
Not
I didn't
in a
even
bad
make
way,
that
though.
connection.
Because Callum is not tampon. So... Did you say don't hate on my Tamlin? That's the crazy that she'd get a Tamlin tattoo right now, guys.
No, I'm good.
And then KL would be his sidekick.
We'll get to this in our Akatar reread. Anyways, so she's getting to know wolf life. She's obviously seen that, you know, a lot of the reasons why they're brutal is because of what humans have done to them, and whatever.
Everybody hates her here, too. Doesn't even matter that they don't know who she is.
Except for one of Cal, like, the 2 people from Cal's clan.
Fiona.
Fiona and Ryan are good to her, and she's finally getting, like, friends. She doesn't have friends, so she's loving that.
Never, ever had anybody talk to because it was all just, like, fake ladies in waiting.
Yeah.
Her scary-ass betrothed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she's trying to basically at this point earn her freedom. Like, she's not really trying to spy anymore. She never really was. And she's really starting to fall for Callum.
100%, which, like, with good reason. Holy shit.
I thought you'd be against him since he's kind of blonde.
You know, I'm learning to bend. I did watch Off Campus, and I'm not opposed to Dean, Cassie, hand on the Bible.
She got peer pressured.
I did get peer pressure, but it was a fair peer pressure.
I felt like, yeah. Okay, where are we at now? So,
at this point, she's working in the kitchens to kind of earn her keep.
Yeah, so it's just, it feels slow right here, but it's not. I feel like this is the perfect amount.
Learning a lot, and I feel like this is where she was having a lot of character development. Being like, this is what it feels like to have friends. This is what it feels like to be interested in a man.
Yeah.
This is what it feels like to have a job.
Mm-hmm.
And she's also has all of these medical books in her room that she's staying in. So Callum originally wanted her to stay in his room, but Blake said the only way he'd help keep the secret is if she stayed in a high tower room by herself.
Which was his old room.
Yes, which I put 2 and 2 immediately together when she started reading these books. I said, okay, all of these horrible things that are being tested on werewolves, they're Blake's. Mm-hmm. Because Blake's also the healer.
Yeah.
Which was big that we found out as well.
Yeah. And Cal and Blake have a weird relationship. They're enemies, but they're willing to, like, work together. Like, Callum's kind of the good guy where he's kind of, like, gives everyone a chance. He's very fair. Mm-hmm. Like...
They also kind of make it seem like he's really naive. Because Blake mentions a couple times throughout the book, Callum thinks that he's more well-liked than he is. Mm-hmm. That was very interesting to me. And everybody's really scared of Blake as well. Mm-hmm. So it's really... The dynamics are so different for both of the, like, love interests.
Yeah. I have things to say later about that. So... Whatever, then he has to go leave, or they basically plan to trade her for the Heart of the Moon originally. Yes. And then Callum's like, no, like, I'm falling for you, I want to keep you, we'll find another way.
And, like, the I want to keep you didn't feel icky either. It was like, oh, it was so
yeah, like, he really wants to save her from that or whatever. And then we get to the point, he has to leave. Okay?
Yes.
In order to protect her, he offers her this wolf tradition collar. I fucking hated this.
You did.
I hated the collar.
Okay.
I hated it.
It really didn't bug me that bad.
I just was like, I don't like this because I hated it for her. Because I'm like, you just got done almost being shackled, and then like he's literally trying to put a leash on you.
Okay.
And I just like the collar of it was just like, la.
I guess the way I was picturing it was just like a piece of like nice lacy ribbon with a stone on it. I wasn't picturing it as like a let me thread this through and like snap it shut.
I know. I'm picturing this ugly ass thing because she said it's tied around her neck with a big red jewel.
I was thinking daintier. Like a little piece of like cute ribbon.
So then this is for everyone to know that they basically like she's been claimed.
They're engaged essentially. It's like a ring.
And they've had sex.
Yes.
Like that's like a big thing. And I was just like
the
way she responded, she got the ick from it. 100%. And I was like, I'm fucking with you, girl. Like that is
this is a question.
Not into it.
I was like, it didn't give me the ick, but I wasn't crazy about it. Anyways, she has this thing. She's wearing it continuously. It gets stolen because there's this
collar.
Bitch ass. What's her fucking name?
Isla.
Of course, it's Isla. And she steals it because she's into Callum. How did you feel when Blake put his collar on her for like the safety thing?
Better, and I feel like it evened the playing field for me. I was happy that he pulled out a collar too because I was like, I can't with Cal doing this right now. And it did redeemed itself when Cal said he hated it too.
Okay.
Like Cal literally is like, this is the dumbest tradition. Like women shouldn't have to like get a fucking collar put on them. Yeah. And so I was like, I'm glad you're on that page too, because that was giving me the immediate she just got out of this. And so then when Blake did it, I was like, okay. Like, at least now I can even them back out again.
Okay, and we have to backtrack a little because I have to talk to you about this scene. Like, I have to. I was giggling. Okay, so her and Callum kind of, like, get into it. His eyes go crazy and they look like the wolf eyes, and then he just, like, abruptly leaves. So she's hot and bothered, but doesn't know anything about sex. So she doesn't know about, taking care of herself. She goes to bed and she has a sex dream. Mm-hmm. She wakes up and there's a commotion outside of her door. And Callum is like stalking up the stairs, but Blake's also there and they're like fighting. Yeah. And Callum looks crazy. Mm-hmm. And then Fiona shows up and basically tells Callum to like get.
Yeah.
The fact that he can basically smell that she was aroused. Mm-hmm. This had me cackling when Fiona's like, basically like, were you diddling yourself?
I know, when she was talking to her, yes. And she's like, what? No?
Yes, so embarrassed. Oh, I was cackling.
Which causes even more problems because you're not supposed to challenge your alpha. And so Blake saw that. So then there was just a whole nother... It was so messy. So good.
It was.
I loved that part of the trope too. Dude, I cannot stop laughing at her camera.
It's so janky. Are you sure it wasn't crooked? Because I don't believe you. Hey guys!
Just watch it with your head on me.
Yeah. Now that we're talking about her being hot and bothered,
when we're sober, honestly.
It honestly
we have a harder time, honestly. But yeah, it's so good. And I love the fighting. I love that she was in her own room. Mm-hmm. Like, I agree. It was good. The tropes were all tropey.
I love a one-bed trope, but it almost felt better that she was, like, in between both of the love interests.
Yeah. And I loved him fighting off, like, Magnus and his group.
Yes. Blake.
And we find out, like, more of his sort of, like...
backstory.
Yeah. Because when he basically was, like, talking about rape and stuff.
Yes. He's a child of rape. Mm-hmm. His mom, like, he's very against it. That's why he, like, fucked Magnus's shit up. Mm-hmm. And then you just kind of hear like this sad story and how he would never do anything like that. And then we also come to find out that when you're a half wolf, you don't turn into a wolf unless you get bitten, which comes to play. But later on too, I felt like there's a lot of development, which this like made me laugh. Blake is scared of storms. It just felt so dog. Cause like
that's very true.
My Chewini shakes in his boots when he hears thunder. So I'm picturing
put that together.
Like I'm just picturing this big ass werewolf like being scared of the storm.
It was nice to get a vulnerable moment.
Oh, 100%. It just like I was laughing.
That is funny.
Oh, it was so good though.
Yeah. So anyways, Callum was gone, so Blake was protecting her, whatever. Callum comes back, and he... Did I not just say... I feel like this was giving out.
Sticky!
The sticky was giving out, and I think it was... Is this still on?
Hey guys!
Okay.
That's actually insane.
How does this...
It was on this.
Okay. Oh, wait. Okay, so this isn't plugged in anymore. Okay, is this still on?
I can fucking not.
Well, this thing's too heavy. That's why.
That's why I was using that.
Oh. Why didn't you say something? If you see something, say. Wait, if I crash, don't listen to me. I'm crashing out all the time. Okay, should we start it over just to make sure our audio works, or do you think it's?
I don't fucking know.
Hello?
Let me in, please.
Okay, we're gonna call it good.
Welcome back.
Wait, let me.
How was your trip on the floor?
I think I we should have adjusted when we needed to. Are we upright again? We are. Okay,
Whoa.
we're still blinking. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry about that. Anyways, okay. So Cal comes back. He's injured, and this is where we find out he was. No, was he injured or was it?
Yes, this is the wolfbane.
Yes, and we find out about. Oh no, or was it Ryan that came back?
Ryan, that was before. Ryan came back injured, and we find out about wolfsbane.
That's when we found out about that.
It's something that's being used, and it makes you sick and kills your inner wolf, essentially, so you can't heal.
And we find out at the end that that's how, like, what was happening to her
and
mom.
I did guess that very early on.
And because Blake had said something, and he was like, is that why she died? And, like, kept being, like, all elusive and stuff. So I'm like, how the F did he know, like, all this stuff already about her?
I know. Which, that's why I think we're going to find out that he does know who she is, like they had met previously. I think we're going to find something out.
I remember that. Like, I'm very interested in that. Like, it's really gripping me.
I agree.
That part of the plot. Because that's the one thing that I'm like, that's, like, not mainstream here. And we got to the end and we didn't figure it out.
No.
So that's why I brought that up. Because I'm like, he's so shady.
He is very shady. And I also like that he's not, like, secretly good. You know what I mean? Like,
well, we don't know that. We don't know that. He's probably secretly good if he's the other...
probably secretly good to an extent, but I feel like he's doing dirty things still, and I like it.
Yeah, we like dirty things. Anyways, a lot of secret motives.
Yes.
I think... Well, I'll make a note to bring it up later.
Okay.
Anyways. Okay. She's starting to, like, really feel at home. Sebastian's still hunting for her.
Yeah.
Ryan comes back poisoned and basically was like, it was a threat to Aurora. And then we get to the full moon.
Yes, this was so fucking funny.
And all of them were shifting. And she hears, like, moaning and screaming. She's supposed to stay in her room. Of course she doesn't. And Blake is trying to resist the shift.
This also, to me, felt like Akatar. Like... Calamine. I just kept having so many, like, relations to it.
Really?
Anyways, Not in a bad way. Like, I was not upset about it.
I didn't put that together at all.
So she leaves her room, and like you said, Blake's like trying to resist shifting. And then...
Which I don't understand why he was doing that.
Well, she mentions that he's ashamed of being a wolf. And I'm very curious to see how that comes back. Because I agree. I think that he's very, like, upset about being a wolf.
Yeah, add up. So anyway, she's like, are you okay? And he's like being all elusive, and then he goes, fuck it, and shifts.
And he says, run. And I was like,
what? So he's chasing her through
in the wolf form.
Yeah, outside, like through the castle, outside. He was like clearly like herding her to a spot, and then he like gets to her and licks her, and it was just so weird. She was like super scared. She's like, you don't have to do this. Like she doesn't know anything about wolves, so she doesn't know if they're just pure wolf, or they can understand her, or if there's a different.
Which my understanding is that it's somewhere in the middle.
Like they have
like you get more animal instincts. Yeah, but you still know who people are, because she thinks she's about to die, and then Callum comes out, and they start fighting, and then Blake rips a piece of her cloak and runs away, and then Callum basically just lays on top of her and goes to sleep. In his wolf form.
Like, I just loved it. It was just so fun. This whole thing.
It was so
And then, of course, he wakes up naked, and she's appalled.
I don't know if appalled is the right word, but she is, like, aghast. I've never seen a penis before.
Well, yeah, she was appalled. She was like, what is that? That's a butt.
Funny. What is this butt?
So it's just funny. And then she finds out that Blake did that to protect her.
Yeah, like he was covering her scent so other wolves didn't find her.
Which I was kind of like, I don't know, that didn't really add up to me.
That didn't make any sense to me.
Because you chased her out there. Like, you could have just been
left her in the castle.
Get back to your room.
Yeah.
That part didn't really. But again, I'm willing to overlook.
Because I liked it.
Because it was awesome.
Yeah. Because it ended in her being carried back in by a naked Callum. Oh, it was so good.
Then Cal leaves to go help James at the border.
Yes.
And this is where Isla steals her fucking collar.
Yeah, so we kind of skipped around a little. But yeah, so Blake basically claims her, and of course Isla's like, moved on fast. La 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 la.
Then Cal comes back poisoned too, and he saves him, which basically shows us that Blake needs Callum for his plans.
Yes,
he has this big secretive plan that they can't figure out what it is, but he needs Cal
and he keeps like egging Aurora on, being like, play the game with me, play the game with me. And it's very interesting because she does obviously keep doing it, but I don't feel like she puts a lot together until it's like right in front of her face. Does that make sense? Or did you feel like she was kind of onto it?
Onto what?
Like his whole plan.
No.
No? Okay.
I feel like his plan wasn't very obvious to me.
I was not. I had no idea what it was.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Anyways, then Cal and her, they kind of fought before he left.
Because she didn't, and then she was pissed when he left because he didn't say goodbye. He just left abruptly, which... This is the most man thing ever when he comes back. So he comes back, Blake heals him, and he's fine. And she's like, you left and didn't say anything. He's like, ugh, I left a note. And she's like, where? I gave it to Isla.
Like, you're so dumb. And, like, when we get introduced to Isla, and she's doing this, and I ran you a bath, and literally, like, twiddling with her hair, I was like, I already can't.
And she's basically like, I'll come in and rub your wiener for you if you want. I left the note with Isla. You couldn't have left it with it would have been better to leave it with a fucking horse than Isla. She might have had a better chance of getting it.
And then she's like, I didn't get the note, and also she stole my collar.
Yeah. And there's no repercussions for that.
And he was like, I'll talk to her. Like, oh my, I don't know what her deal is. I'm like, she sucks. That's what her deal is.
Yeah, literally. Kinda.
So, anyways, they make up. And she's getting ready to meet James.
Yes.
And this pissed me off, too, about Cal.
Yes.
She's like, I really need to make this impression. Like, my life depends on it. I have 2 outfits. what's his vibe? Should I go? Like, she's really thinking about it, which is so smart of her. Like, she's very smart.
Oh, throughout this entire book, and she knows how to play the court.
She knows how to play it. And
Yes.
he's like, again, I don't know, whatever, that looks good.
You look like a pretty doll.
And she's like, should I go with the white, like, innocent, or do I go bold with this black? Like, how does he like his women, kind of thing?
Yeah.
And he's just like, I think what you have on is
A
good.
dress is a dress.
Then she goes to Blake to give him his collar back, and Blake's like, he likes his women bold. Like, I wouldn't wear that if I were you. And I was like, yes, this is what we need from people.
Yes.
We need people to fucking tell us. We don't just ask to ask.
And, like, they get in a whole fight, and she slaps him. And it's just, like, messy as shit. But then the whole time she goes back to Calden, and they're, like, walking down. And you can tell that he's, like, super not in it. Callum isn't. And then she finally asks, she's like, what was his last woman like? And he basically says, wild and bold. And she's like, okay, I need to go change my dress.
And he's like, what do you mean? We don't have time. And she's like, no, like, I fucking...
This is important. This is life or death for me.
I was so annoyed because I was like,
too.
You are so right with, like, your first impression matters and, like, your life depends on this.
Yes.
And you're already walking into it hated and, like, this is a big deal.
So she goes and she changes her dress. And then... they're waiting, they go up to the alpha table, and James walks in, and his kilt is all of the colors of all of the different clans.
I did not pick up on that.
Yeah. It looks like...
That's so funny. I picture, like, a rainbow unicorn.
Yes.
Kilt.
No, girl. No.
I know it's not.
And then he's walking up there, and everybody's kneeling except for her. And this was crazy. Like, to me, this did not make any sense that she said this. And... he goes, it's typical to kneel before a king. And she goes, I don't kneel before fake kings.
Is that what she said?
It was something like that about false kings.
I thought it was something about I'm a princess.
No, it was...
No, you're probably right.
It was something about I don't kneel
Either
to
way,
false
I
kings.
was like, oh, shit. And everybody in the room was basically like, oh, shit. Cal's looking at her like, well, what the fuck?
Blake's laughing.
He's like, oh my god.
And then
I told you to be bold, but not that fucking bold.
Yeah. And the Wolf King, James, looks at Cal and says, can I talk to you, brother?
Yeah. Which I'm also mad at Cal, because I'm like, why didn't you just say that? You kept being like all elusive about it, and I didn't understand why.
He's a good man. He's a good man.
Why? What was the benefit of being so elusive about it?
I agree. It felt cagey. I feel like, a hidden reason. I feel like he wasn't lying to her, but he was, like, lying by omission. Does that make sense?
Unless that was just part of the book for us to be like, gasp. But that was another thing that I was like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I agree. I was with you on that. I thought it was weird.
And they have this weird, strained relationship. Like,
we find out that they would have had to duel because they need to find out who's stronger. But Cal basically... said no, and then James got it by default. But then there's always been this wonder of, like, if they would have dueled, would Callum have gotten it? Which makes James's rule not as authentic. So, like, there's this whole power dynamic here.
I'm sure you can kind of see who I'm starting to root for because, like, more points lost for Cal here because... when suddenly, like, James is pissed. He's like, what the fuck? Why would you bring her back here? Like, I don't want to deal with this. And he doesn't care as much about the Heart of the Moon, from what we gather.
Yes.
But he still wants to, like, trade her for it and whatever. But he just, like, Cal, like, missed cues. Like you said. Like, they almost set him up to be an idiot sometimes. Because then, all of a sudden, he's pissed. And then he flips the switch and goes... that's okay. You know what? She can stay. And, like, it'll be good. And then Blake and Aurora both pick up, like, he's, like, there was a
way
look.
too easy.
There was a look, and that was really weird. And Cal's like, oh, phew, like, thank God, done deal.
And, like, James was pissed because before this, they had participated in some oral, and she reeked of him. Like, his scent was all over her. And the king, James, was like, dude, how are we supposed to give her back? Like, Sebastian literally has wolves that can smell. And, like, that was another part of me that was like, Cal, what?
That didn't bother me.
That didn't bother me, but it was like I feel like if this was really important to you, you wouldn't have done that, because it's almost just like flashing it in James' face and being like, yeah, I'm not really giving you a choice, even though you're king.
Yeah. I took that as like, I kind of felt the opposite, because then I'm like, then he's like, for sure, like, I'm not gonna fucking send her back.
Okay, I got you. It felt like
she
doubling down.
At this point,
yeah,
she hadn't lost her virginity to him.
No, you're right. I agree with you.
Like, they just were around each other and doing things. But like, so I didn't have an issue.
But I'm with you too on the fact of like Cal being like, in the clear. I was like,
when I'm like, you've been saying over and over again, like, I have a plan, it'll be fine, I have a plan, I have a plan, I have a plan, I have a plan, I have a plan. What the fuck was the plan?
I don't know.
Because your plan fell through instantly.
Immediately.
Like, that same night, they have a feast, we have this nice dance, jealousy scene,
which I was like, so into this. Blake requested a Southern song.
Yes,
and
we find out more.
This is such good lore.
We find out more.
Yes, so she had sang this song that her mom sang to her when he was scared of the storms and he fell asleep. He requested this song, and the band knows how to play it, which Aurora thought was weird. Mm-hmm. And then he's basically being like, yeah, how do you know this song? This is like a super northern song. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like connecting the dots of like, maybe your mom isn't from the fucking South. Mm-hmm. And then and they're doing this Southern dance, and I was very into this.
I loved that.
The scene was so good.
It was so good, and at this point, Callum is out, and he's finding out that James, whoop-de-doo,
is a liar.
Is planning to betray them and trade her in anyway. So then they run away, and they head for Highfell, which is Cal's rightful place or whatever.
Yeah, it's his castle, and they take the long way because he's like, James would just send him the short way and realize we're not there and assume we went somewhere else, which just also felt really dumb to me. Mm-hmm.
I don't know what their other options were, so I was like, but then they stop and he set up this tent, and they have sex for the first time.
Yes.
And it's good.
No, the scene, so good. I loved it. Very into their relationship. Like, I had no qualms. I thought that he was dumb.
I didn't either. No, I honestly didn't either. I like them together.
Yes.
I just feel like the author is pointing us in a very obvious direction.
I agree.
I think I would be happy with both, but I think it is so painfully obvious
that they're going to be together.
She is pointing us to.
Especially with the end, which we'll get there.
Yeah.
But, so, they have sex, and they kind of like lollygagging, yada yada, and he goes to hunt and get them food.
Which, again, I'm like, what are we doing?
I know.
You're like, okay, now it's like, we had our fun, let's get on the road, because we're trying to fucking escape.
We've got bread and cheese, and it'll be just fine.
And pause on the conversation before he leaves. They're like going out. I loved the scene setting where she's like in his shirt, and she goes out into this loch. Locks.
Which is a lake. Or
and
river.
It's just like so beautiful, and they talk about the fresh air on their face, and I just love that scene setting.
I agree too, because it's finally like she's coming in and she's like, this is how I imagine freedom, this is how I imagine being happy, like just free, no duty, in love, whatever, which I also really appreciated for her character too. Like, I really, really like her as an FMC.
Me too. So I liked that. Anyways, so then he leaves. And, of course, she gets kidnapped by Blake, which is like, oh my gosh, the betrayal, which I didn't really see the betrayal there. I mean, he never said,
I'm not going to chase after you.
He never pretended to be something that he wasn't, maybe.
I agree. But, like, I agree with you. I don't think that there was, like, a level of, because he let them go.
Like they had a relationship, so, like.
It felt like...
And she felt like she had a friend in him.
And I think that that's more of never having a friend, feeling like she has created a friend, and then something that also feels like betrayal.
And I guess, like, now that we're talking about it, he was in charge of her protection. Like, part of it.
Yeah.
So I guess, like, So I guess she was betrayed.
Yeah, but not in the way that we're used to betrayal, I feel.
Yeah.
Because he never said, I'm not going to come after
you. Like, it didn't come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't surprising. Like, oh my god, that's crazy. He's
returned.
He's never claimed to be anything else but, like, for his own motive, so.
So then he's got her captured. Callum is gone, and he basically tells her, I'm giving you to the Wolf King. He's got ultimatums. If you make the right choice, I'll help you.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, ugh. And then she goes and meets the Wolf King. And this, I did not see this coming.
Me neither. I did not see this coming at all.
The Wolf King says, I either give you back to Sebastian and I get my stone, and hopefully you make it out of there because we're fighting no matter what,
Mm-hmm.
or you marry me.
Mm-hmm.
I had to stop reading after I read that.
I was like, what?
Yeah, I did not see that coming at all.
Mm-hmm. And we find out that Blake talked him into doing
Yes,
this.
that's Blake's idea.
Yeah, like he's like his right hand kind of man lately. And during this she says no. She's like, no, I didn't leave one arranged marriage to get into another one.
100%.
And he fucking slaps her.
Which, this pissed me off so
Also,
bad.
points lost for Blake.
Mm-hmm.
Because he
was
was he was obviously like upset by it, but he didn't do a fucking thing. And I was like,
I was so upset when he hit her, because he hit her hard.
like blood sprayed.
Yes.
And I'm just really hoping that Blake, like, retaliates later. Because I'm like, it's obvious that he shared a look. He's upset by that.
Yes.
He has a bigger plan.
But he can't act upset because then it'd be disobeying his king.
Well, yeah, and I think that he doesn't want to show his hand. Like, he doesn't want to show that he cares about Aurora.
Yeah.
But in that moment, I was, like, so fucking mad. Then she gets sent back to the dungeons, and he's like, basically, rethink your choice.
Yeah. And then when she's down in the dungeons, Blake's comes down there, and she's like, I'm never doing this. And then they kind of, like, get into a tussle, and he's, like, in between her legs.
And there's a ton of tension.
Yeah,
that I
and
feel like
he's,
came out of nowhere.
Agreed. And all of a sudden, she, like, lets him go, and he's, like, standing stick straight, and then he just, like, walks away really fast.
And he looks down at her lips.
Yeah.
When they're having this tussle.
They have, like, he's kissed her before. But when this happened, she goes, and don't you dare kiss me. And then he's just kind of like, ah!
When did he kiss her?
He kissed her when they were, where was it? They kissed before. I promise you that they've kissed.
When?
When was it now? Wasn't when they were dancing.
Like on the lips?
Yes, on the lips. He kissed her.
I don't remember that.
Well, he did. I promise you, because I was very into it.
Okay, you have to look that up after.
I will.
And
I'll
tell
get a page number.
I believe you. I just feel like I would have remembered that, but maybe I just was not remembering it. It has been a while. I read it like a week or so ago.
And then a guard comes and unchains her and tells her she has to change and get into her new dress, which is the white dress that she almost wore to meet him, which I felt like was so ironic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so then she still refuses or whatever, and then they're like, okay, so we're gonna go and trade you back in. Did we go over how Blake is trying to tell her to accept it too? He's so in the cells he was like, just accept it, like just do it, play the game, play the game, play the game. And I was kind of like, at that point I'm like, okay, is he, for some reason at the end, I thought it was going to be, he was going to take over the throne, and then she was like, it was going to end where she was going to be forced to marry him.
Kind of like when
and he like set that up.
Married the heir for Ione and kind of thing. It was going to be like a vague contract-esque kind of thing. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay, never mind.
I don't know. I just thought that's how.
No, which that's good.
So it's like I thought I had this kind of in the bag, and then it didn't go that way.
At this point, my guess was that she was a werewolf and her mom was killed by Wolfbane, and I thought maybe Blake was going to have been involved. But that's where my guess is laid.
I guess the mom thing too, because I was like, they kind of basically told us.
Yes.
But everything after that, no. So anyways, he's like, she's trying to convince him, like, I'll kill Sebastian, okay?
Give me a knife,
Yeah, like, so he gives her a knife, and he's like, okay, you kill him, and, like, you can come back.
Well, he only gave her a knife after she told him, I can't marry you because I'm in love with your brother. Mm-hmm. And he said, fine, I'm doing this for my brother. If you manage to kill him, I'll rescue you.
Mm-hmm. So then she gets to the other side. He's all like, there's her virginity intact. And it sounds like the wolf on that other side lied. So I was like, I wonder if that'll come back around too.
Yeah. I thought that was, and like my thing was kind of, do we really think that the wolves on Sebastian's side are actually on his side? You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I was wondering. I'm like, I wonder if book 2, they'll get into that a little more too.
Okay.
Like if there's some sort of like spy situation or something.
Really just got a brief moment of it. But yeah, he lies to Sebastian. And then,
like, huge fight breaks out.
Yes.
She's like, "Oh shit, what have I done?"
And the stone might have worked, but she was also praying to the goddess then.
Yeah.
And all of them could change into wolves, and it was not a moon.
Yeah. So we don't know really what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so then Sebastian's like, "Get in the carriage," and she's trying to seduce him, and he's onto it, and like so all of a sudden he knocks the knife out of her hand.
Yeah.
And he's like about to essay her.
Yep.
And James knocks into the carriage.
And it rolls.
And then she slits his throat.
Which was so good. But then he's like maniacally cackling and he's like, now you'll never know that the night is spreading and you won't be able to stop it.
Yeah.
So they're setting up who the evil part is going to be for the next series.
Mm-hmm.
And also going back a little because we did forget, Blake told her while she was chained up that basically he wanted to be king.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where he was headed, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, she kills Sebastian. She climbs out of the carriage.
Mm-hmm.
And James is there. And she's like, thank you for saving me. I killed him. But something weird's going on. Because James is angry.
He's acting cray.
Mm-hmm. And he, like, attacks her. And he bites her in her abdomen. And he's about to kill her. And then Blake comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Or was it Cal?
No, it's Cal.
Cal comes, and they're fighting. And James is kind of on top of Cal.
Mm-hmm.
And Cal's about to die. And then Blake comes out of nowhere and bites him. And then they're fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And Aurora's dying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then Cal's like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
And drags her away. Then Blake ends up getting her. And this is all her point of view.
Yes.
So she's like out of it, kind of hearing random things. And Cal's freaking out. She can hear them conversating. Like Blake ends up showing up and he's like, fix her. And he's like, she's lost a lot of blood.
Yeah.
And it's funny because in Aurora's mind, she's going like, why is Blake freaking out so much?
Yeah.
This is really weird. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, there's something there. There's something there.
In the start of the book,
time.
Yeah, in the start of the book, they talk about how there's mates.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so she's Blake's mate.
Yeah, I put that in the beginning. That's what I wanted to bring up at the end. As I'm like, it's obvious that she's pointing us to Blake.
100%.
I like Cal. But this is how... I'll get to that at the very end. But anyway, so then Blake ends up sharing his life force with her.
Because she's like fighting the wolf. She's not letting it take over, and it'll kill her if she doesn't.
And this is where we find out that Blake's like, she's half wolf. Like, everyone, like, it's common knowledge, and Cal's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And Aurora's like, what the fuck?
Because they talked about through the whole book where she was, like, sick for a long time when she was little. Mm-hmm. And she didn't know why, and she thought it was going to kill her like her mom, but for some reason it didn't. Mm-hmm. Which they were poisoning her with wolfbane, which I'm very curious to see when we get more backstory about why she stopped being poisoned by it.
Mm-hmm. Well, and we know that Blake's been poisoning himself with it, and that's why he was able to defeat James so easily, because if anybody bites out of him or whatever, they get poisoned.
Yeah, which is so good.
So I'm interested that they both have...
like a tolerance to it.
Yeah, and if that will be something in the next book, too. Yeah.
But like you were saying, he shares her life force with him.
Which was really cool.
It was. And...
because she kind of got some of his memories and stuff.
She saw a lot of his memories. She saw him as, like, a child and his mom and growing up and then, like, scars all over his body and, like, a ton of, like,
and she, like,
details about him.
grasped onto this light and pulled it.
Yes.
And it was a very intimate moment. He's like, like, whatever.
Well, like...
pull it. That's it.
He also had a boner at the end of this. Because Cal freaks out and is like, get off her. It was so weird. But then they go to Blake's castle. And she wakes up and she can hear Cal and Blake talking. And Blake basically goes like, is that why you became a healer? Are you into women dying? And Blake's like, no.
Like, so real. Like,
Yeah.
we've heard you're into weird shit.
Yeah. And Blake goes, yep, you caught me. And they're like discussing all these things, and Cal's asking why he did it. And Blake is basically saying, I couldn't do it without her. I need her still.
Mm-hmm.
But Aurora is like feeling his feelings about it.
Mm-hmm.
She's super confused about it too.
Yeah, so now they have this bond.
Yes,
And
where
they can feel each other's things.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's really weird, and she's like pissed about it.
Oh yeah, which fair.
And so is Cal.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, now it's really complicated.
Because now Blake's gonna know when she's horny. Blake's gonna know when he's sad. She's gonna know when she's happy. It's kind of like a mating bond.
Mm-hmm.
And the other ones where you can hear and feel each other.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if they can hear each other.
Yes,
they can
that has
feel.
not been confirmed.
And then, anyways, they basically make a plan that Cal's gonna go for the throne.
Because he's pissed that James attacked her and tried to kill her.
And this works for Blake's plan.
Because Blake's plan is now that they are connected, because when Cal finds out that they're connected, he starts choking Blake out, and it hurts Aurora.
Mm-hmm.
So now Blake's plan is coming to fruition, that he is going to overthrow Cal once he takes the throne, and Cal can't hurt him because it'll hurt Aurora, and he won't do it.
Mm-hmm. Which I just love. That just throws a wrench in it, and it's just so good.
I said, oh, it was like so good.
It was so good. It was so fun. I do think that Blake is like the obvious choice.
I think it's Endgame for sure.
I think it's the obvious choice. I think, here's my thoughts on it.
Okay.
I think that Callum is like typical first love for her. Like, she loves him as like, and he loves her as like their first love. Like, they have a connection. They care deeply for each other. They look out for each other. They're protective of each other. But I don't feel like Callum understands her on a deeper level like Blake does.
Because they both kind of had this single mom-esque thing.
Well, I just think that, like, Cal kind of has a one-track mind.
Oh, 100%.
And he's, like, just, like, want to save her, like, all these things. And I think that's just not her.
And I think that Aurora's going to want to be her own person and start protecting herself. And start being able to understand herself as a wolf. And I don't know how he's going to feel about that. Like, yes, he was open to training her and teaching her how to fight. But I think she's going to want to stand on her own 2 feet, and I don't think that that's necessarily going to go over well.
Like, a couple of things that really stood out to me is, like, even with the dress thing.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like that was, like, they're on the same smart level. Where I feel like Cal is not dumb, and I don't think that he's a bad leader. If anything, I think he's a great leader, and I think Blake falls short in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But I just feel like it's just something is missing, and I feel like she's more excited about, like, new experiences with Cal, like first time sex and like all the things of your first, and like that's
not actually like what a relationship looks like. 'Cause you've also never been in one of those.
Yeah, like not. I just don't think that the connection is there like it is with Blake. So I'm excited with the second book to see that develop.
And the way you're talking about how Cal is one-tracked mind, I don't think Cal has ever had to think about anything else where Blake has. Blake was in the army. Blake learned how to heal. He infiltrated the wolves in a way where he poisoned Cal and James's dad and then healed him and got in his good graces. I feel like Blake has had to go through so much like atrocity and so many things and learn so many things that also relate to Rory.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I agree with you. I feel like he's endgame.
I mean,
especially
Cal's
with the
had
connection.
his trauma too with the mom and
yes.
stuff, and like being a little kid and searching for his mom.
Yes, 100%.
And all of that too. I just feel like it's just not it.
And it's also really obvious. The writing is obvious,
It's
which
just
again,
not it.
I'm not upset about either or. And I feel like this is the first time where I've read a love triangle where I was like, I think I could be good either way.
Yeah, because I like Cal a lot. I think he's great. And I think that, I just think, like it's just not quite.
And I'm very curious to see if she leaves it as liking both characters when she ends up with one. Because I feel like you typically don't like both characters at the end of a triangle.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious to see where she goes. I'm so excited. What did you rate this one?
I'm between a 4 and a 5. Because I think I'm like 5 because I'm super, super excited about it. It was fun. I read it. in just a few days. So for me, I'm like 5. But it wasn't like the best writing.
Yes.
Like some of it was very cheesy. I have my issues with like a few of the things.
Yeah.
But like out of the books we've read, that's kind of where I'm sitting.
I am strong 4.5. I felt like it reignited, so it almost gets like extra points for like making me interested in reading again. I felt like the storyline was really clear. There's a very clear picture about what we're going into as well.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like this book could have been done with one.
Yeah.
Which I really like. 'Cause sometimes you and me, it's the series we've been reading. I'm like, she should stop.
Yeah, just make it stop. We really want to be happy with you. We don't want to trash your books.
But yeah, I'm just very excited to jump into the other one. I'm really curious to see what the night thing is. Because we're also being led into like another like dangerous thing. Also, now she is a wolf, and I'm so
we don't have like any information on that. There's a lot to figure out, and I'm excited. I hope it falls through. So the Night Prince, right?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I think it's gonna be good. I just want a fun, good read.
Yes.
And this had I don't really even know what my biggest complaint was, maybe that it was a little cheesy at times.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. I don't really have anything else to hate on.
I didn't really feel like I was cringed out a lot in this, which I feel like recently I've been very much
I kind of hated the princess nickname, but it fit.
The princess thing felt weird to me as well. It didn't feel like a nickname. Because it's her title.
I normally hate that, like, pet name.
Yeah. But she's actually a princess, so it didn't feel like it was a pet name.
Yeah, and they kind of had that, like, bonding moment or, like, banter in the...
Is it weird?
And that's the other thing. I really like Cal and her banter.
Yes, I agree. It's very good when he's like, well, I'm not a gentleman. And, like, going... Yes. I agree. And I also really like that he was also nervous with her.
Yes.
In the love story. Yes. And I feel like that's what also helped with the, I've never done anything before. Because he was, yes, he's had sex, but he was really nervous the whole time they were together as well. Mm-hmm. Which made it feel like it wasn't a, let me show you how it's done kind of situation.
100%.
But yeah, it was so good. I almost kind of wish Sebastian would have lived into the next series and played a bigger part in learning more about the night thing. Granted, I don't know where that's going to go, but that was my only thing was like, it feels we're done with one enemy and we're moving on to another already.
Yeah, what are we going to do? Like, what do you think's going to happen there?
I don't know.
Somebody's going to take over for him?
I feel like the Night Prince, because I feel like it's obviously going to go back to the Moon Goddess with the Night Prince, and we're going to learn more about that. And part of me feels like the werewolves are going to start losing certain powers, or maybe they're going to start losing certain parts of them. Like, why did James attack her? Is it because he's becoming more wild due to the night thing spreading?
Oh, maybe.
Because he had no reason to want to kill her at that point.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious about, like, what that's going to lead to, and I might be somewhere around there. But I don't know, because they talk about the night spreading like it's something that's infecting.
I'm excited.
I'm super excited, too.
I'm going to start reading right away tonight.
I know. I've got a 3-hour car ride ahead of me that I'm going to be...
There's nothing better than being excited to crack open another book.
I agree. It feels so good.
I think we're going to skip our game tonight because we've been doing it at volleyball. So check our socials for those. And thank you for listening and supporting us. And we will catch you one of these Wednesdays.
Yes.
Anything else to add?
No.
All right. Have a good night.